I don't have my microphone because I was not planning on talking after this run. But I just wanted to talk about the long run I just did. I felt so strong. 16 miles. It really helps that the weather has gotten better here in Austin. It's in the 40s right now, which it's been a warmer fall so far. I was kind of dreading the run. I woke up and just didn't really want to go. Got out into the run, didn't really feel like continuing. It's been a harder week this week, just a couple of speedier days than I intended, and got out, got about 3 or 4 miles in and really just kind of considered turning around and going home, but decided to push through, decided to stay in an uncomfortable state like we've talked about, even whenever your body's telling you not to. Well, even when your mind is telling you not to, you definitely should listen to your body if it's telling you not to do something. Got into it, kind of felt like turning around, and then just kept going. And then I got maybe halfway through and realized I'd missed a turn and got kind of discouraged, realized I'd gone probably, honestly, like a quarter mile out of the way. So ended up going roughly half a mile out of the way. Had to modify my route in the middle. That was discouraging, but I ended up running in a part of Austin that I've never run in. Went on some really beautiful neighborhood streets, kind of too perfect of a neighborhood, made me feel a little suspicious. Felt almost like a movie, especially with everybody's like classic Halloween decorations, but ended up finding my way back to the route that I wanted to do. And I just turned the corner and the sun was starting to come up, and the orange glow that was happening was just magnificent. And I felt this like euphoric feeling come over me. Haven't really felt with running in a long time, honestly. And it was just beautiful. Like, the sunrise was incredible, and I couldn't help but smile. And then even with all of that, it started to rain a little bit, started to sprinkle just a tad. And man, it was just beautiful. And any amount of not wanting to do the run just went away. It was just beautiful. And it made me just so thankful to be able to run. It made me so thankful for being able to run in this city. It made me so thankful that my legs can carry me 16 miles. And man, I just couldn't help but smile for like 3 or 4 miles. It just felt so good. And could hear the UT Stadium getting ready for the game today, and saw a bunch of people getting ready to go out to the game, everybody in their gear. And man, it's just a reminder to pay attention to the little things, pay attention to the details while you're out on your run, and to find joy in it, because it really was just a joyful moment for me, and was a good start to the day. Now, all of that said, I did feel really good, but I went a little faster than I needed to. Really intended to go out and do a very easy pace. Kind of didn't. Went a little too fast. It's really easy for me to do that whenever the weather gets a little colder and I'm feeling good and enjoying it. So I took it a little too fast, which, you know, is okay sometimes, but can't sustain that very much. Really need to get that under control. Really makes for a good intro to this interview that I did with Aaron from Revive. One of the things that he talks about in this interview is that cold plunging really trains you to have a controlled stress response. And I'd never heard that term before, but I think that's really a cool way to put it. Putting your body in a stressful situation and being able to control it. Most wellness and fitness stuff is controlling stress responses. So it's something that I need to learn a little more and train a little more on, is control and controlling my body, not letting my body control me. So we're gonna practice that. Gonna go get in the cold plunge, gonna get a stretch in, gonna go get in the cold plunge. And before we do that, check out this interview with Aaron from Revive Plunge.
So my name is Aaron. I run operations for Revive Plunge. I've been with them for about 2 years now.
Cool. Well, obviously I know a little bit about cold plunging, you know a little bit, but if you were to tell a first-time person who has no idea about cold plunging or ice baths or anything like that, what would you say are the benefits of cold plunging? Because I don't even know if I can say what the benefits are necessarily. I just know that it helps me feel better, but I don't really know the science behind it or really like what it's doing in my body.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of become a laundry list of benefits at this point, but nutshell of it is getting into a cold plunge, getting into, doing cold water immersion is essentially a controlled stress response for your body. As soon as you get in there, your blood vessels are constricting, your heart rate's elevating. Staying in there, it is also that mental battle as well. That's part of it. But when you get out, that effect that it has on your body, all of that is reversing. So now all the blood is rushing back through to all your blood cells. That's what's, increasing that blood circulation. That is what is helping fight off that metabolic waste, reduce inflammation, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so it's more so about the after effect, really. Like you're setting your body up for
Exactly.
the release.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's why, there are very few people who are like, I love getting in a cold plunge, right? Not a lot of
It's
people are doing
not
that.
fun.
Right. Most people say, I love how I feel when I get out of a cold plunge.
Right.
So like you said, you're getting in it so that you can set your body up for success afterwards.
Okay, that makes sense. Because the first time that I ever cold plunged, it was not great. I mean, I was in there for maybe like 20 seconds or something, but I remember I felt really good for like 2 hours after.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Like, I don't know what, I didn't know why. And I mean, that's the first time hearing about that. So that's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That is one thing that I hit on in the first episode of this vlog was like the mental battle behind it. So it's like everything you do in marathon training is kind of like this putting yourself in an uncomfortable position and staying there for a long time, longer than what you feel comfortable with.
The blood vessel constriction and all that kind of stuff, what that also does is it helps regulate heart rate too, right? It helps increase that heart rate variability that you have, which that is going, the higher your heart rate variability, that comes from controlled stress response situations, that comes from intense exercise quite a bit, intense training, all of endurance training, all that kind of stuff. But the higher your heart rate variability is, that means you can handle stress a little bit better. That means it's, you're going to get better sleep, all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool. I didn't know about that. That's really neat. Because I know like with endurance training, like especially these like elite endurance athletes, like their resting heart rate is like super low.
Right.
And I guess it's because they're doing this like controlled stress kind of thing, not necessarily with cold plunge, just kind of in general. You know?
Yeah.
So this is sort of like maybe not a supplement to it, but sort of like you're kind of helping speed up your body's ability to have those controlled stress responses.
Yeah,
almost.
100%. It's a tool to kind of, get that same sort of intensive training that those professional athletes that do have that really low resting heart rate, and then they get into this crazy hard workout, and then all of a sudden their heart rate is spiked all the way up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a huge jump that they have in their heart rate variability, which, allows them to deal with that stress a little bit better.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to do is expand that heart rate variability range with these kind of controlled stress environments.
Nice. Okay, that's cool. That's interesting. I didn't know all that. So is there like a right way to do it? Is there like with cold plunging, because obviously like you can set it to whatever temperature you want to.
Right.
I mean, with like old school ice baths, you couldn't really control that temperature. It's just whatever, it's freezing water.
Yeah, you're just dumping ice in and jumping in, yeah.
But like, is there a right way or maybe a suggested way to cold plunge? Is there like a certain length of time? I usually try to do 3 minutes in the plunge. Is that even correct? Like what's the right way to do it?
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes is great. A lot of what the research shows is it's 11 minutes cumulatively throughout the week. And you want to do that in at least 2 to 3 cold plunges. You obviously don't want to do 11 minutes at once and then just say you're done. But I mean, there's no real right way to cold plunge. It really just depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to get an energy boost and get yourself ready for the day, obviously doing that in the morning for 3 to 5 minutes is great. If your goal is muscle recovery, you want to do that right after a workout. If your goal is better sleep, doing that 2 to 3 hours before you go to sleep could be really helpful for you. So it really just depends on what your goal is, and that really and that's why there's no right way to do it. For a beginner who's kind of getting into endurance training, the name of the game for you is really muscle recovery. And, obviously you want to have good sleep regulation so that you can recover better and faster with that. When you're first starting out, you really just need to be below 50 degrees to reap the benefits of a cold plunge. It doesn't need to be 32 degrees. It doesn't need to be ice cold. There's a lot of research out there that shows that 35 degrees and 50 degrees, you're getting the same physiological benefits from.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's that, it's that 32, 35, that's where that mental fortitude comes into play, and, you're having to fight that mental battle as well.
Right.
But yeah, for somebody starting out, I would recommend, get in at 45 degrees, 50 degrees. It's still going to seem very cold to you. It's still not fun, but get in 45, 50 degrees and try to go for 1 to 2 minutes, whatever your body's telling you. Obviously, no matter what, when you get in cold water, your body's going to tell you get out. Fight that a little bit. Make sure you're listening to your body, but try to go for 1 to 2 minutes to start, build that up. time-wise, bring that temp down as you continue to do it little by little and go from there.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been trying to, like every time I plunge, I'll get out and like bump the temperature down 1 degree, just so next time it's like a little bit colder, but it's like not noticeably colder.
It's already there. You don't have to go out and be like, I don't really want to bump it down.
Yeah, it's hard every time. I'm like, oh man, like this is gonna suck a little more next time. But that's like,
that's a good way to do it.
I'm trying to get myself used to it, because I do know that like you probably end up getting used to it a little better at the higher temperatures.
You definitely build a tolerance.
Yeah, just like anything, you know. So I don't know, probably by the coldest time of the year, I'm gonna be like down to 35 or something, and it's gonna suck. But
oh my gosh, that's when it gets so hard, is when it's 40 degrees outside and you're getting in 35 degree water, or like the water might even be warmer than the temperature outside.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it. I had said in the first episode too that like I will do some ice content. I'll turn it on ice mode.
There you go.
And that's probably going to be around the time that it's the coldest time of year, probably close to race time. I'm not looking forward to it.
Then it's not so fun getting out.
No, it's already not fun getting out. I've got it on like 48 right now. So obviously cold plunging is for a lot of different kinds of people. There's, even if you're not an athlete, it's good for you. But in my case, as a marathon runner, endurance athlete, what would you suggest? Cold plunging, even recovery in general, just any kind of tips that you would have for me when it comes to this recovery routine?
Cold plunging almost forces you to be in to be present. You have to be present. All you're thinking about when you get in is, this is so cold. Like you have to be present, and you don't have a choice. But use it as a meditation tool. Use it as a tool to, like we talked about, expedite that recovery. Before you're getting in, work on that breath work. So that way, when you are getting in and you're getting in that really cold water, you're not shocked, you're not losing your breath and sucking air right away. You already have that deep breathing going. That really helps that immediate like fight or flight response. And then I would say if you're training hard for a marathon like this, you're doing endurance training, I would say use it every single day after your run, or like I said, 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. You're still going to get those expedited muscle recovery benefits. You're still going to get that increased blood flow, but that is also going to help regulate the sleep. Deep night sleep, that's going to expedite that recovery process even further. So if you can use this to help your continued training, that's kind of a win-win-win.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't thought about doing it before bed. I usually just do it right after a run. Get home from the run, go jump in. Or I'll stretch and then go jump in.
Don't do it like right before you go on to bed. You're gonna be jacked up. Not a good time. But 2 to 3 hours. That way, your heart rate has time to come down, but your core is still cooled down a little bit. So when you're going to bed, you're falling asleep much quicker. You're hitting that REM sleep a little bit quicker.
Cool. Yeah, that's neat. That's great. Well, thanks. I've got a lot of useful info now.
Heck yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Happy to do it.
So it's obviously a different day. I got home from that run and got a stretch in, and then came up here to cold plunge and realized I needed to change the filter. My water was a little dirty, and went to get a filter, realized I don't have any more filters, so I had to order some. So different day, different time of day even. I really appreciated a lot of things that Aaron had to say. That stuff that he was saying about the controlled stress response was really interesting to me, and I have not heard that before. But that goes so deep into everything that we do. Marathon training, literally everything in marathon training is a controlled stress response, be it the actual running itself, because you're putting your body into an uncomfortable position like we talked about before, and staying there for a while. Strength training, that's something that I don't even really love doing, but it is putting your body into that position. Yoga, that's one thing that I do, and that's the whole thing with yoga, is putting your body into an uncomfortable position and staying there for a long time. But with cold plunging, it is like a little bit heightened of a stress response, because it's something that you're just not used to. Your body's not used to. God, these mosquitoes. Golly. November and we got mosquitoes, freaking insane. It's just different because it's something that your body's so not used to, being in that cold water. So I just found that to be very interesting. the thought of this almost being a way to expedite getting your body into an uncomfortable position and then getting it used to staying there, and that being a benefit to every single other thing that you do in training and anything else. I mean, it's releasing chemicals and stuff in your body that just are helpful to controlling stress. I'm sure that I'll see a benefit even just in personal life whenever stressful things come up in work and stuff, and being able to be in that for a little bit longer, and my brain doesn't freak out, my body doesn't freak out. Probably helps with anxiety and things like that. Really enjoyed what Aaron had to say, and I hope you did too. If you would also like to take part in this controlled stress response, if you would like to get a Revive cold plunge, make sure and go to their website right now. You can use my code KC10 and that'll get you 10% off any purchase at Revive. They've got multiple kinds of cold plunges. They've got saunas. So if you're into that kind of thing, I definitely recommend going there using KC10 and get yourself a cold plunge. Training's going well, and I'm hopeful just to see where I can get in the weeks to come, what my body will be able to do. And excited to take y'all along for the ride, and we will see y'all in the next video.